everyone. Welcome to Real Estate at Work. I'm your host, Leka Devatha, and this is not your traditional meetup today. Who's excited? I know I am. We have a fantastic event planned for you. I also have a very special co-host joining me today, and she is host of the BiggerPockets Rookie Podcast and a real estate investor, but that's not why I love her. I love her because she rides motorcycles like a ninja. She is a hula hoop champion and she owns a liquor store. And she literally is my sister from another mister. So Miss Ashley Kehr, welcome to Real Estate at Work. It's her first time here as a speaker, guest, co-host, whatever. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Leka. And I think it's going to be a requirement from now on that anybody that introduces me mentions hula hooping. Thank you guys so much for having me on today. I'm really excited.
So introduce yourself. Tell us, who you are, what you're doing.
Sure. So the biggest thing is I am the co-host of the Real Estate Rookie Podcast. So if you guys aren't subscribed, please check it out. We also have a YouTube channel, Real Estate Rookie, then also a Facebook group with 40,000 rookie investors in it and experienced investors. It's a great place to ask questions. I started investing in 2014. I bought a duplex, and from there I've purchased small multifamily. I've purchased commercial buildings, and I'm looking to grow and scale into campgrounds recently. So if anybody has any campgrounds for sale, please send them my way. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. My first time at this meetup, and
yeah,
guys, and also to talk with our special guest today.
So exciting. We would love for you to promote us. So feel free to take screenshots, sound bites, post it on your favorite social media channel, and also join our meetup group for future events. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to even watch our past interviews. We have some really cool interviews. And then feel free to tag me, tag our speakers, tag my co-host. We'd love that. All right. So I think we're going to get started. Okay, so I am so pleased to present Brin to all of you today. She is a social media legend, has 500,000 followers on IG, 1 million followers on TikTok, and managed to create a 6-figure income on OnlyFans. She is now on her way to create a huge real estate portfolio. How did she get here? We're going to break it all down for you. Brin Amberlee, I'm so excited to have you on the show.
I am so excited.
Yeah. So can you introduce yourself? Where did you grow up? What was that childhood like? Let's go from there.
I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I was born and raised. My childhood was great. My parents got divorced, but honestly, it wasn't really that big of a deal for me because I still got to see both of them, and they were civil, to each other. So I still had like a really great childhood. I started working as soon as I was legally able to, because I've always just been a hard worker with strong work ethic, and I just always wanted to make my own money. And plus I had to fund all of these tattoos. So, I had to be working overtime at Dairy Queen. So yeah, I actually worked at Dairy Queen from age like 15 and a half to like 22. I was there for probably a little bit too long, to be honest, but then I started bartending and making a little bit more money so that I could later move to Las Vegas.
That's awesome. When you moved to Las Vegas, what happened there? What made you want to move to Las Vegas, and did you kind of change career paths there, or did you stay working as bartender?
So I actually didn't even want to move to Las Vegas. My best friend from middle school, she wanted to move out there, and she just kept begging me, like, please just move out there with me. Just help me move. And then you can always just go back to Ohio. And I was like, okay, fine. Yeah. Like, I'll go out there for a year, help you get settled in, and then I'll come back to Ohio. And we moved out there in February in the middle of a snowstorm. Like, we drove out there. It was so crazy and so scary. And we got to Vegas and it was like 65 degrees. And I was just like laying out in my backyard. And I was like, I am never going back to Ohio. So, but actually I'm back in Ohio now renovating this house, but that's, we can talk about that later on.
So is that when you started to pursue real estate, or were you in Las Vegas for a while before you decided you wanted to become a real estate investor?
Yeah, I was in Vegas for a while before I started getting into real estate. I think I was working in like the nightclubs and the day club industry when I first moved out there. So I did that for, I think, 4 years. And then we ended up buying a house in Vegas, which wasn't intended for investing at all. We just bought because I just thought that you kind of, have to buy a house. And I was like 27 and I was like, okay, I'm getting old, like I need to buy a house. So we bought a house, and right after we bought the house, my boyfriend was like, yeah, have you ever heard of Grant Cardone? Well, basically, like, we just bought this house and only has one door, and if we really want to make money, we need to buy like multiple doors. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna start looking into this stuff.
Like live in one and rent the other, and so your second unit pays your mortgage?
Pretty much. Like, he was like, well, we should start looking at like apartment complexes and stuff. And I was like, what? Like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we just bought a house. I don't know. I'll just have to research it.
That's awesome. So tell us about what happened next.
So I actually did start looking into BiggerPockets because I had a friend suggest it. I think I might have posted on Facebook or Instagram or something and said like, I want to start looking into real estate investing or something. I must have posted something because my friend sent me BiggerPockets, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to listen to an episode and see what it's all about. And the first one I listened to was one with Brandon and David Green, and they were talking about the BRRRR strategy. And I was just like, what? Like, dude, I didn't even know you could do that. That's crazy. So after that, I just went down the rabbit hole, and I was just like all in about the BRRRR investing. I was like, I got to do this.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So after you found out about it, was your boyfriend already on board? And did you guys partner on this, your first deal, or not?
So he's always had like an entrepreneur mindset. He quit his like 9-to-5 job and started pursuing photo and video even before I like started down this path. So he's always been super understanding about anything I wanted to do, but we're not partnered on this. But now that he sees like the potential in like real estate investing, he's like, all right, I want to get in on this, like on a deal with you soon. And I'm like, all right. But yeah, so I bought this house that I'm on right now by myself.
Got it. Okay. So, what's amazing is that when I posted about this meetup and when I started talking to people about OnlyFans, not a lot of people even knew what that was.
Yeah, I actually, when I tell people, when they ask me what I do, and I'm like, I do OnlyFans, a lot of people are like, oh, what is that? And I'm like,
yeah, exactly. So can you tell us what OnlyFans is? Who uses it? What do they use it for? Just, who subscribes to it? Like, tell us about the platform.
So OnlyFans is basically just a way to monetize your fan base. So it doesn't matter what you do. Like, I mean, you could probably make one, honestly, for, real estate investing. Anybody can make one.
I'm in.
Anybody could make one. I think I remember seeing like Timbaland made one for like producing or something. So literally it's just for people who have a following that want to monetize their fan base. But there are people that, start from scratch that have like 3 followers and they build their social media up, and then they, try to transfer that over to OnlyFans. But that just is a lot more work, and it's not like overnight success at all. Like, you really have to work hard for that. But I was just lucky enough, well, not lucky enough because I've worked on growing my for a long time, but I already had the following. So when I made mine, it was easier for me to make some income like right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you decided to do OnlyFans, did you know that when you monetized it and you started making a large amount of money, that you were going to save it for real estate investing? Because once you started to really excel with OnlyFans, I mean, your income grew rapidly. correct?
Yeah.
If I remember. Yeah. So how did you stop yourself from going out and just splurging and spending and instead saving it for real estate? Because that's hard to do for somebody.
Yeah. So actually, when I first made OnlyFans, I made it probably like 4 years ago. And for the first couple years, I didn't know what I was doing at all. And I was not making like any money on it. But then I had a friend that I saw posting about how she was like making $15,000 a month on OnlyFans. And I was like, girl, help me. What the heck? So she basically just gave me some tips. And I just was like, that seems easy enough. She basically just told me like, you need to be posting every day. You need to be posting on different platforms. Like you need to actually really try. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I just started posting more. And then it just grew, like you said, so rapidly.
Yeah.
I basically like quadrupled my income in 1 month. And yeah, I didn't really know what to do with it because I was so used to living off like such a small amount. I was just like stacking it and hoarding it in my bank account. I mean, I did like, we went on some vacations and stuff, but I still like saved at least like 50 to 60% of what I was making, which I feel like is a pretty decent amount for in this day and age with like how everybody has the lifestyle creep.
Okay, so let's talk about what you did on OnlyFans, right? Like what did you use the platform for? Like what kind of, photos did you post? How did you attract this following?
So I post like, lingerie pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I get people to subscribe from my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And then I post a little bit more risque on there, but I don't do anything crazy. Like I don't do anything crazy. So, but yeah, it's just basically a way for people to like chat with me. That's why a lot of people subscribe also, because then they get that one-on-one time where they can actually like talk to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't answer all my DMs. I don't have time to just chit chat with everybody all day. But if they subscribe on there, then they get to direct message me and talk to me on there too. So I feel like that's honestly a big reason why a lot of people subscribe too, is for that.
How do you handle the judgment against OnlyFans, especially from the people that have that stereotype in their mind of, oh, this is OnlyFans and that's only what that is, and this one type of person must do OnlyFans? How do you handle that? Because I think having that mindset to not worry about or get upset about that, especially even on just having social media. Like I don't really post a lot on TikTok, but I've heard it's so brutal that like people get so mean on there. Dude. And how do you have the mindset to handle that?
TikTok honestly is the worst. And I was just talking to Sarah about this the other day. Yeah, that's
exactly what I was thinking of. Sarah Robinson.
She posted about it and I was like, dude, when I first got on TikTok, I was like, should I start crying? These people are mean. Because most social media platforms, like, your Instagram and your Twitter, the people that see your stuff are basically just the people that follow you. But on TikTok, you go on the explore page and everybody sees your stuff. So it's just random people trolling you and they're just like, they're mean. But you just have to, I think that's just, it comes with the territory of, if you want to build a big social media presence, you have to get over that, because if you let that get to you and you're constantly just absorbing the negativity and that's all you care about is the negative comments and you're not like appreciating the positive comments, then you're not gonna last very long. Your mental health's gonna really go downhill. So I started actually a few years ago getting into like the self-help world and like reading like Eckhart Tolle and stuff. And that honestly helped me a lot with like just not caring what people think, because I know it doesn't have anything to do with me. They're just having a bad day or whatever. And I've responded to negative comments positively before, and people have messaged me and been like, hey, I just wanted to say I was having a bad day and I'm so sorry I said that. Thank you for not being mean back to me. And so, you know what I mean? It just goes to show that it's just people having a bad day, and like, don't let that get to you, because it's not about you.
I love that. So it's just about having the right mindset and staying true to who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have a crazy, phenomenal following on Instagram, almost 1 million followers on TikTok. How did you build that following?
So on Instagram, I started my Instagram like when it first came out. So like 10 or 11 years ago. And it was so much easier back in the day to build on there because not as many people were on, so it wasn't so saturated. So I built my following on Instagram a while ago, and it's kind of honestly like steadied out to where it's not growing as fast as it used to. But TikTok is what I would suggest for anybody that's trying to like build a social media following quickly, because TikTok is the easiest platform to grow on. You know, they TikTok advocates for newer creators. Like they'll push you to the explore page, the For You page. So it's easier to get seen on TikTok than, in my opinion, Instagram. So TikTok, I would just say when you first get on there, you have to work hard for it at first. Like you have to create, like I was posting like 5 videos a day on there when I first got on there. So, and they don't have to be, you know, super thought out or crazy. Just like look at what's trending and kind of try to take what your like field is and like wind it into the trend. And then that's the easiest way to build on TikTok, I would say.
I think with social media, some people can look at it and be like, oh, that's such a waste of time. Or why do you even want a following? Why do you care about followers? Why do you care about likes? But obviously that was a big part of you growing your OnlyFans business, is having an established fan base. And also, how do you plan to use that for your real estate investing? Because having a following can help you raise money. It can connect you with people, you know, networking with other people. Sometimes, and this is not like how it should be, but sometimes people think you are credible if you have a following. So someone is more likely to reach out to you to partner on a deal or do something if you have a following than if you just have 100 followers.
Right.
Which isn't right. It shouldn't be that way. That doesn't mean you are credible and you're a great investor if you do have a following. But I think it really does help you build like some kind of relationship with someone. So what's your plan and your goals for kind of using your social media for real estate?
So I actually do plan to kind of try to leverage, you know, my following if I can with people, because like you said, some people really do care about that. And I don't really care about like the amount of followers I have. I more so would rather have less followers that like actually engage and like network with me than just a bunch of followers that like don't care what I do. So it is going to be kind of tough for me though to transition all of my followers who follow me for my pictures of me in lingerie to like a real estate investing type of thing. But I know that, you know, it will eventually happen over time. It's just gonna take time to transition that over. That's why I've been trying to make like some like cute TikTok videos, but they still have to do with real estate investing, so I can like start merging them slowly. Yeah. So, but yeah, I saved a lot of money from my OnlyFans so that I could buy this house that I'm BRRRR / gonna Airbnb, because I wanted to take this money that I know won't last forever and put it into something that I'm passionate about and that's going to make me passive income.
Okay, so question on that. You started off on OnlyFans and you were making like $5,000-$10,000 a month, but then what happened? You started making a crazy amount of money.
So actually, when I first started out and I was like not making a lot, I was making like $2,000 a month. Like I was making like nothing. And then my friend helped me and I got up to like 5,000 to 10,000 and I was like, man, I'm balling. And then I got up to like 20,000, 30,000. And that's what I was making pretty much like all of last summer until I moved here and I didn't have as much time to create content. But yeah, that's when, once I started making that, I was just like stacking it up. I was like, I'm buying a house with this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then tell us about what you're doing today. You know, how did you use that money? Like, you know, there's so many women out there, so many men out there that make a bunch of fast cash and that also spend that fast cash fast, right? Mm-hmm. So what made you say, I'm going to invest this in long-term wealth and create passive income rather than just, you know, spend this money on buying either more lingerie or like, you know, living a high life? And because $30,000 a month is a huge paycheck for someone who's 27, 28 years old.
And not even just spending that money, but also just letting it sit in a savings account either, like knowing enough to go and invest it too.
Right.
Yeah. I think that I really just didn't know what to do with it. And I kind of had that like bone in my body, like, I need to set some of this aside, just in case like OnlyFans goes away or something. I want to have like a bunch of money set aside in case I need to live off of it or just something. So, yeah, I tried to, and I was reading a lot of books about like business and money and investing. I started reading about that. So I was already kind of like, I'm not just gonna, let the lifestyle creep affect me. Like I said, I did, spend some of it. I was like, man, we got to go to Mexico like every few months because I love Mexico. But yeah, I just knew that I wanted to do something with it that was going to make me passive income.
That's awesome. So what did you pick? What strategy in real estate did you pick?
Well, right off the bat, that BRRRR video that I saw, I was like, that's what I'm doing. I'm definitely doing that. So I got kind of stuck on that because I just felt like the fact that you can refinance the money back out is just like so brilliant to me, because it's basically like recycling your money. And then every time you put it into a new place, you're getting passive income out of it, and then you're taking it and going into more, or even, leveling up and getting a bigger, like 2 doors instead of this one, or 4 doors instead of one. So yeah, I just pretty much thought that was like foolproof.
So I'm going to ask this question to Ashley because she is part of the BiggerPockets team. Ashley, what is the BRRRR strategy?
The BRRRR strategy is when you purchase a property, so you buy it, and then you want to find a property that needs value added to it. So needs a rehab of some kind. It could be even just small cosmetic things. It could be a full gut rehab, but there's some way you can add value to the property, and you rehab it. Then once you're done rehabbing it, you rent out the property, and then you can go and refinance with the bank, and hopefully your property has appraised for more than you purchased it for, and you can pull out all of your money or even some of your money that you put into the deal. So the purchase and the rehab. Then you take that money that you pulled back out and you repeat it, and you go and buy another property and do the same thing. So what Brin is doing though, it's called like a BRRRR. They're calling it these days with STR at the end, where you're buying it, you're rehabbing it, and you're turning it into a short-term rental and refinancing it.
Mic drop. That was awesome. Thank you.
What? I usually do carry a mic around with me, but I don't have one.
I
today.
know. Really good. That's awesome. Okay, I'll let you ask Ben your next question.
Oh, you mean me? Oh, okay. Yeah. So do you want to go over the numbers real quick of your deal?
Okay. So I bought this property. It was actually listed for $139,000. But my realtor said you have to offer over to get this property. It's close to downtown. So this area is up and coming. Like, investors are just coming in and fixing up all these houses right now. So I was like, I trust you. He's an investor himself. He has like 50 doors. So I trusted him. I bought it for 160. And the ARV from the numbers that I worked as best as I could was 340. So I wanted to have my budget be $80,000, but
what happened? What happened, Brin?
Okay, so this house is 120 years old. I got in here and it was just like unbelievably terrible.
Oh no.
Every single thing needed like so much work. Like the electric in the walls is like wire nutted, and like it's just crazy. So we've had to rerun like electric and everything just has been slowing us down and costing way more than I thought. So yeah, I'm definitely way over budget, but I went into this knowing from the get-go, I'm probably gonna mess this up. It's not gonna be perfect, and it is what it is. I just want to learn. Like, I've learned so much off this property that my next one I already know is going to be way better. So I'm kind of just trying not to beat myself up. I'm already in it. I got to finish it. And I just am manifesting that my Airbnb is going to kill it. So
wait, so how far away are you from finishing it?
I keep just extending it. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna be done by February. Then I'm like, I'm gonna be done by March. At this point, I'm gonna pray that I'm done by the end of March.
That's awesome. That's soon.
That's so soon.
Yeah.
That's
We'll see. That's what I'm hoping for.
No.
But things are starting to roll a lot faster now that we're done with like most of the rebuilding and stuff. Now it's like we have to finish the 2 bathrooms and start like working on the decorating the rooms and stuff. But for the most part, the big stuff is done. So I feel like it should go a lot faster.
Okay. What is your exit strategy for this property?
I am going to Airbnb this property.
Okay. And then Airbnb, because you have a specific like demographic you want to Airbnb too, right?
Yes. So since I am a content creator myself, I wanted to make a house that was super different and like I wanted to take a big risk, but I feel like I know it's going to pay off because I wanted to make a very unique house. Every room is going to be a different color and a different theme. So like I'm going to have a pink living room. I'm going to have like a royal purple bedroom, a boho yellow bedroom, a red gothic bedroom. The bathrooms are going to be different colors. Everything's just going to be super like unique so that when people see it, like, I want to make content there. I want to take pictures in every single room. So that was basically what my goal going into this was to make something that is not seen anywhere else, really. At least
Ashley and I are moving in.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a housewarming party. You guys should come.
Okay.
Yes.
We're in. Okay, so then let's talk about that, right? So you're creating this super special house. What does an Airbnb typically go for a night in your area?
So I started looking because I wanted to figure that out, and I feel like it's just all over the place. Like I've seen a house down the street that's like $1,000 a night, and it's like, it's nice, but it's not like anything crazy. And then there's other ones that are like pretty nice, and it's like $150 a night. So I'm like, I don't really know. I'm just going to kind of, I know you're not really supposed to do this, but I wanted to just list it for kind of what I wanted to get and see what happens at first. Right. Mm-hmm. And then if it's getting booked, steady, then okay, good. I made a good number. If it's not getting booked, maybe, lower the price to see what I can do, but I want to self-manage. So I guess I want to make the numbers myself and see if I can do it, because I feel very strongly that this house is going to get booked a lot. So I'm going to make my own numbers.
I love it.
So Brin, once you get the Airbnb up and going, what's your next move? Are you going to buy a house in the same market, one in Las Vegas? What's the next step for you?
So our current home in Las Vegas right now, I did a refinance. I refinanced some money out of that property to put into this property. So that 1 year refinance like stipulation, because I did it as my primary residence. So you have to stay in the home for a year after you refinance as a primary residence. So that year will be up in July, I believe. So after that, we want to actually start renting out our Vegas house. I still haven't decided yet if I'm going to rent it by the room or if we're going to rent it fully furnished, but I want to definitely get top dollar for it. So I'm thinking that by the room, I can do like $1,000 a room and get $3,000 a month off that property. And then I want to take the money I refinance out of this home here in Columbus and buy another live and flip in Vegas that has like a lot of bedrooms on a decent amount of land. So I can like pretty much do the same thing there, like fix it all up and rent that by the room and get like, hopefully I'm trying to buy like a 6-bedroom house so I can rent it for like $1,000 a room and be making $6,000 a month, that. So that's the plan. But I've also been looking at doing some arbitrage Airbnb properties because my friend right now is killing it with that. So
I saw the Instagram reel on that you posted of that.
She just texted me today and said that it's only February, and for this whole year, she has 3 properties now. She's like, she just started last summer, and she's already up to $95,000 in bookings for the year for this year, and it's only February. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, you guys will have to go to, what's her Instagram?
Can you post a link to the video in the chat?
Actually, I'll type out her Instagram right now in the chat.
So that when I look at this Airbnb, I look at like bachelorette party.
Yep, that's what she was catering to, was like bachelorette parties. She just makes her houses, same thing I'm doing basically. Like she's going for unique themed houses. And now that I see that she's launched hers, I'm like, I know I'm gonna kill it too, because she's just making so much money, like in 24 hours of listing that property, her, like pink themed house.
She's in the same neighborhood as you?
No, she's in a different area, but still like the themed house. So her first one that she made was like a Moroccan themed. The second one was like a modern farmhouse themed. And then this third one she just listed 2 days ago was pink themed. And the pink one within 24 hours had $13,000 in bookings in 24 hours. She was like, this is definitely my top performing property, and it's only been listed for 24 hours. So I was like, I'm glad to know that, because I'm doing like a pink living room, all these crazy colors. And I was like, since she's making a lot of money off hers, I feel like mine's going to do well too. So
well, and for anyone that doesn't know, Airbnb arbitrage is when you rent a property from someone. So you don't even own the property, which has its pros and cons to it.
I agree.
But so she is renting this property, and she's obviously changed it a lot. I doubt that it came with all that cool, funky wallpaper. So have you talked to her at all about how she got the landlord to be okay with her changing so many things?
Yeah. So when she first started back last summer, she told me all about what she was doing. Like she took like a little real estate arbitrage course, and she was just telling me about it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And she sent me like the message that she sends to the property owners explaining what she's going to do. And I mean, the people agree, and she just tells them like, I'm going to change it up, like nothing like structurally or anything, but I'm going to paint it, decorate it, and then list it on as like short-term rentals, and the owners are okay with that. And she's in Scottsdale. She's investing in Scottsdale right now. So that's like completely legal there. Everything is like, she's doing it, correctly and legally.
So do you know what the name of that arbitrage course is by any chance? Or can you?
Don't know.
Okay.
I'll ask her though, if you want.
Just ask her, and then I can always post on our meetup page. What I love about you is that when you started OnlyFans, you basically reached out to your network and learned from them how to grow your business from $2,000 a month to $30,000 a month. Now that you're in real estate, you're doing pretty much the same thing. You're going out and seeking advice from your network. You're seeing what's working for them, and then kind of utilizing the same strategies to grow your own portfolio and income, which is amazing. And that's what everybody should do is, if someone's having a success and because real estate is one thing where there's really no specific roadmap to how you can succeed. So one can only learn from other people's successes or pitfalls. And so I think what you're doing is amazing. Just continue to do that.
Yeah. And one thing I love about real estate too is everybody in real estate investing is like in an abundance mindset. Like there's nobody that's like, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing because I want it all for myself. It's like, there's so many homes available for sale that like nobody's like that. Everybody's so giving and like wants to help new people. So that's another reason why I love it so much. And I will say one thing that's helped is every time I listen to somebody that's a real estate investor and I'm inspired by their story, I follow them and I reach out to them and I start commenting on their posts, because once people see that you're showing them love and stuff, they're more obligated to, help you out too and exchange, you know what I mean? So that's another thing that I like to do, is definitely show love to all the people that I look up to.
Okay. So what is next for you? Or where do you see your portfolio be in about 10 years?
So my goal in 10 years is to have 1,000 doors. And I am going to be honest with you, I have no idea how I'm going to do that, but I just know I'm going to do it. And
take it one door at a time.
Exactly.
One door at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take those little action steps that will lead to it, and networking with people, you know what I mean? And leveraging my following, like meeting people that I know already have thousands of doors, and you know, just talking with them and asking for help and stuff. That's one thing that I learned is, even with the OnlyFans thing, I was like struggling so much on there to make money. And I just remember the night before I asked my friend for help, I was crying and I was like, God, please just like give me a sign. I need help. And then the next day she had posted about her income, and I was like, I'm just going to reach out and ask her for help. That's one thing that so many people don't do, is they're scared to ask for help, but just do it. Like, people are more than likely just going to help you. And then it could change your life. It changed my life in one day. She gave me a few tips and I quadrupled my income, like just from asking for help, you know? So
that is incredible. Yeah, that's amazing.
It seems like a lot of things from OnlyFans has kind of tied into stuff that you can use for real estate, like getting the tough skin in your mindset right, and knowing to ask for help. What about any systems or processes? So running an OnlyFans account, I'm sure, is like a business. Like, you have
and
to.
It has to be strategic, yeah. It has to be strategic.
Yes.
Yeah. So how has some of the systems and processes maybe that you use for your OnlyFans business have you been able to replicate for real estate?
So yeah, I actually read what's the book? The E-Myth, and he talks about
I love the E-Myth.
That book is so good. Like, he just basically says,
so good.
You either own the business or you're in the business. Like, you have to create systems, and even if it takes a little bit longer at first, it's so worth it, because in the end, you know what I mean? You can sit back and let the machine run itself. So that's basically what I did with my OnlyFans. Sometimes I would forget to get on and like make a post for the day, and I would be like, crap, like I feel bad. Like, so I just created a system where every Sunday I make my content and then I schedule my posts out for the week. That way I know every day I have a post on there, and it's just like my little system that I created. So I think that's definitely one thing that helped me a lot with my like stress level with it, is not like freaking out like, oh my God, I don't have a post for today. I don't know what to post. Like, I strategically plan every post every day, and
then you timestamp it so it goes out a certain day.
Yep.
Okay, so now that you're also an active real estate investor, how much time do you spend on your OnlyFans versus your real estate investing?
My real estate investing is pretty much like a full-time job right now. I work, me and my dad work on my house every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays, but usually we take Saturdays and Sundays off. But every day from like 8:30 to basically 5. So we're working on the property all week. And then I do my OnlyFans content on Sundays.
Okay. And how many subscribers do you have on your OnlyFans page now?
I was up to like, I think 1.3 thousand, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough to hold them all, because I just don't have as much time to create. I not only have to create OnlyFans content on Sunday, I have to create Instagram posts and TikToks and Twitter posts, and it's so much. So I think I'm at like 700 now, but yeah, it definitely needs to go back up. Once I'm done with this property and I'm not working every single day on this, I'll be able to create more content, but still it's at least sustaining itself and still, you know, making me my 5 figures that I need to make every month so that I can put it all back into this house.
That's the one content house. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some incredible content coming out of there.
Get some people.
You have to have a content.
Sure. I definitely want to do that. I want to invite like all the people that I know to come and take as many pictures as you want in all the rooms, and
everything, right? Photographer. Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to know is this. You're doing your OnlyFans, you have your real estate investing. going forward, like, do you see yourself like scaling back from OnlyFans, or are you going to continue to do that and actually ramp it up so that you can buy more real estate as you move forward?
So I haven't really decided yet, because I do sometimes feel pretty burnt out from OnlyFans, but I feel like I need to just keep it going for as long as possible, because yeah, it's basically like, even if I launched this Airbnb and I was booked every night and I was making $10,000 a month on it, I still could be making $10,000 a month on OnlyFans too, and doubling my money and buying more properties. So I don't really want to give it up yet, but I think once I get to a point where I'm making like a lot of money off of my, real estate, then maybe I'll scale it back or give it up. But for right now, I plan to keep it for a while longer.
Okay, so for everybody in the audience, Brin has an IG page called Brin Amberlee that I highly recommend following. She has some super pretty content, but she also has a real estate focused page called the Sweatpants Investor. And Brin, if you want to leave like a link to both pages, that would be great. But I feel like this is a great place to have more followers on your real estate page, and kind of promote that page, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm in sweatpants every single day of my life. So that's why I created the Sweatpants Investor, and also I think it's cool because when you invest, you can kind of, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe not sometimes, but you can pretty much do and wear and whatever you want, once you have your passive income rolling in. So I was like, I'm going to be in sweatpants every day. Everywhere I go, I'm going to be wearing sweatpants because I don't have to impress anybody. I'm just going to have my passive income and mind my own business and wear my sweatpants all the time.
I mean, I wear my heels to my job site every day. So
I wish I could
you do you, right?
People just
I bring my life auxiliary with me everywhere to take care of me.
Hilarious.
Okay. Ashley?
Oh, my turn for a question.
I have to keep reminding her that she's co-hosting.
Here's an insider secret for everyone. When Tony became co-host of the Rookie Podcast with me, I said, there's one thing I need. One thing. If there is like no talking or I'm like not prepared with a question, I always just need you to jump on with a question. So like anytime there's like even just like a couple seconds of silence, he like knows I don't have a question ready and he just goes on it. It is the best co-host relationship ever. Okay, so let's see, we talked about OnlyFans, we talked about real estate, doing the BRRRR strategy, we talked about short-term rentals, and you said that you're going to self-manage. Have you looked into kind of what, how you're going to manage that? Are you just going to rely on Airbnb? Have you looked at any kind of software? You're going to have a virtual assistant help? What does that kind of look like?
So I actually have been kind of binge watching Sarah and Tony's content because they self-manage. So I pretty much know that I need to just basically get a very reliable cleaner, which I've found a couple that I'm pretty confident in. I still need to interview them like closer to when I'm ready to launch. And then my dad is going to be my handyman because obviously. And yeah, I kind of do want to do like the virtual assistant type thing that like automates my messages on Airbnb just in case I like miss it for the first couple hours. But yeah, I want to self-manage at least until I get enough properties to where I'm feeling like, okay, I could hand this off to somebody. Maybe even my sister, I might have her like handle my messages on Airbnb for me or something and give her a percentage or something. I would like to try to keep it like in the family because my main big why for real estate investing is to take care of my family. So like I'm paying my dad to help me with this property, fix it up. I want to, if I can, have my sister do my messages on Airbnb for me. So yeah, I'm basically trying to like create like a support system for my family too.
You know what? Let's talk about that a little bit. Is like
Yeah.
paying family instead of just, expecting your dad to help you. Like, even though your dad probably would just help you, like being able to give someone in your family like that opportunity to get paid to work for you, I think is really, really great. And how did you kind of approach your dad and your sister with, these jobs for them? What did that look like?
So my dad does like contracting full time as his actual full-time job, and he's always busy. So I just basically told him, hey, I want to buy a property in Columbus, a fixer upper. Like, would you be able to put the time aside if I pay you to help me with this property? So he said yes. And I mean, yeah, he's put all his other jobs on the back burner, like helping me out, or just like trucking through this property. Like, we don't know when we're going to be done, but we're just going to keep going until we're done. But yeah, so he just agreed to help me, which is awesome, because like he literally could build a house from the ground up. Like, he's been doing it for I think 35 years, so he knows how to do everything.
How cool for him. Like, he doesn't have to miss out on work by helping you, and he gets to work alongside his daughter for a couple months. Like,
yeah, it's honestly been really awesome, because I live in Vegas now. I've lived out there for 7 years, so I don't really see my family a lot. So being able to come back here has definitely been pretty awesome. Like, it has its, rough patches where I'm like, oh, I just want to go home to Vegas. But the bigger picture, like being able to spend these months with my family and work with my dad every single day, like I know I'll look back on this 10 years down the road and be like, that was like the best time of my life. Yeah. So I'm very grateful that my dad's helping me every single day. So, and I'm learning so much because it's my dad. I can be like, hey, what are you doing over there? I want to learn that. As opposed to like,
I bought a flip in Cary, North Carolina with my brother, who's actually on this call. And after years and years of mentoring and teaching other investors to do this, I'm like so excited to finally do it for a family member. And it's just really cool to watch him go through the process and how he stresses every day. And I'm like, it's okay, it'll be okay.
Right.
So it's just really cool. And I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah, I definitely want to get because my sisters are pretty good at saving money too. So they have like money saved up, and they're only like, well, the one just turned 21, the other one's 25. Then the other one is, 21.
How many
I get their age.
do you have?
I have 3, but they're all really pretty good with their money. So I told them like, hey, once, I get a couple properties under my belt, if you guys want to invest with me, like I would love to partner with you guys and help you guys make passive income, So, and my one little sister, she's like, I think I want to get my real estate license. I was like, yes, you want to get into real estate. I'm so happy.
That's awesome. Okay. So it's 3:59. We're going to head out. Thank you all again for an amazing meetup. I'm going to have Brad St. Ange take us out.
Whoops, I deleted my, all right, got rid of my webcam. All right, thanks everyone for showing up. I showed up late, so I apologize, but I was just in the crowd anyway this week. If anyone's going to Best Ever next week in Colorado, hit me up. Leka will be there. Whoever else is going to be there, hit us up on LinkedIn. We'd love to connect while we're there. And as always, great job. Great job, Brin. I didn't get a chance to contact or connect with you at all, but I look forward to watching you kind of build this empire. Columbus seems to be a hot market. I live in Michigan, so you probably hate me if you're from Columbus because I'm from Michigan, but we'll get
care
over
enough
that.
about the sports. It's all right.
Good, yeah, because you guys kick our butt anyway on a regular basis, so I should hate you more than you hate me. So, but anyway, thanks for everything, Leka. It's fantastic, and looking forward to dinner next Wednesday.
Awesome. See you guys. See you next time.
Thanks so much, Leka.
Thank you.